So the Donner DEL8i2, it's a channel line mixer. What does that mean? So you can take a number of line sources and send it to one or two places. So it has two line outs, uh, and one of them is actually a stereo. Otherwise, it's two mono. It has four Stirl inputs. No, so that's supposed to say stereo. 12-volt power DC. I'm actually going to be powering it with a power brick for this little pedal board that I'm making. It's a good looking box, nice and sturdy, but as you can see, it's got four level controls. So that's going to be TRS. It's kind of like a mixer, like my Yamaha here, and except that it's not going to have any preamps to it. It's not going to have anything like at the top. You can't really see here the stuff at the top there, where you would plug in a microphone and then you could dial the sensitivity of that microphone. You doesn't really have that, but this has straight up line input, and then you can turn it up or down. So you can send multiple things to one place, or you could send, like, say, a couple of computers to one set of stereo speakers, or a bunch of things like that to one set of speakers, or you can do what I'm going to do, which is going to be plug in a few instruments and send it to one stereo input, specifically on the Boss Pocket GT. You can see it comes with some feet. It comes with, some adapters, some turnaround adapters, a little silica gel that you should not eat. It comes with a manual, which does kind of clue you in on a couple of the things that this does. It has a couple of switches that, if you're not quite familiar with exactly what they would do right off the bat, there's a little bit of an explanation in there. It's simple. It's a very simple little device and a simple little manual. Something to think about is that you will have to hit a switch in order to make one and two become just a mono input, so that one is just seeing a single source as opposed to a stereo source. Like if your keyboard was mono, or if you were plugging in a bass and you really didn't want to have any kind of preamp, you just wanted that. So really, this could actually be split into 8 inputs if you wide each one of these. But that's not what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be running stuff into it. So here's the front panel. The stuff I'm running into it is going to be stereo. So there you see you got your options to make it ground, the ground lifted. And it can be a little bit confusing too, because the output there says lift stereo, and that should say left stereo and then right. So if you plug it into the left output, you'll get the left and right on a tip ring sleeve cable, like a headphone or something like that, a stereo cable. If you plug in left and right, then it's just going to send tip and sleeve to both of those. And then you see back here, you've got your inputs split. Same kind of a thing. If you plug a mono input into one, and it's going to just show up on the left side unless you hit the front thing, the little front button that says to make it mono for that particular input. I'll be using a couple of different turnarounds in order to make all of this work and fit on the pedal board, or whatever, the portable board that I'll be putting together here. I used some 3M spray on some Velcro, and a piece of wood, and I kind of put it all together with a stapler and let it dry overnight. Mashed it, pulled it real tight, and stretched it so that it didn't have too much flimsiness within the carpety part of the Velcro. And then I'll put everything on that. Just make a little board. It won't take much. Yeah. So, as I go through the process of trying to add inputs to my Pocket GT, I've gone through all the different things that I've collected over the past couple of years and just trying to have a desktop recording area with inexpensive stuff. So I've got Guitaria transmitters. I've got the Guitaria Cube Baby. I'll show you where that is. That's right here, and I'll kick over in just a second so you can see that a little bit better. But I got the Guitaria Cube Baby in there. I got another Guitaria. That's the stereo transmitter one. I've got actually two battery USB packs that I can recharge. They're underneath the iPad right there. So I've got an iPad synced up to the Pocket GT here, and wireless going into it, and wireless coming out of it, which is going to my Boss RC300 looper at my feet under my desk. There's the box of the Pocket GT. You just saw me unbox the Donner, which is now over here in this corner. I've got, I like the mini play, the MPK mini play, because not only can it be a controller for GarageBand or whatever you're using on your computer to record with and get sounds through your computer, it also has standalone instrument sounds there. So I can use that into that Donner. And then, of course, I have it all synced with the Novation circuit. Now, this is an older circuit. It's not any of the newer stuff. I'm looking forward to checking that out. That's synced through MIDI to the RC300. So everything here on my little desk goes into the RC300. This is what I've kind of got going on now. The circuit is here. You can do all sorts of different views, of course, depending on what you're trying to do. This is great. I love this thing just for simple stuff. I even use the rhythms out of the RC300 for stuff just because, you know, some of them you build rhythmic patterns onto each other. You know, you get them kind of working together. I like to do that. I use the Akai. I'm no keyboardist, you know, but I like to get some pads or some synthy sounds to lay down. The Guitaria is getting wireless signal from the bass, you know. Keyboard. So, man, I wish that I had been filming just a couple minutes ago. I just spit coffee literally all over everything. I choked. The moments that I'm not filming are some of the funniest, people. Believe me. So all of that's going wirelessly down to the RC. I control everything here with this, with the Yamaha. I'm kind of just using that to blend audio, and I also have a Focusrite that I connect to my Mac, and that's how all the audio is getting into OBS, so you can hear everything. But I can literally pick this up, and now while I'm charging the Pocket GT, I've been jamming with this thing for hours and hours today, but I can pick this up, drop stuff, and take it wherever I want now. And I could wirelessly loop over to the RC. If I had a single looper pedal that was battery operated, I could use that as my base for looping, and then send that to a mixer or something, you know. I can adjust that level, you know, at the Donner now. And then I can adjust the bass level. That's all what I'm feeding into the Pocket GT's aux in. So, like I said, that's coming out of the Donner stereo into the aux in of the Pocket GT stereo, and picks. It's not an Altoids. It's picks. And yeah, I'm gonna just do a quick little jam, show you what I can do with this now. It's a lot of fun. So there goes my alarm. I got a couple phone calls. Yeah, I got a couple things to do. I get lost in jamming there. Yeah, and I had my microphone on the whole time. I really wish that I brought that down so that that wasn't in there. But hopefully the audio will be loud enough that that doesn't matter. So hopefully I've done a reasonably decent job of showing you why I got the Donner DEL8i2 channel line mixer for me to add 4 stereo inputs or mono, depending on how you want to run it. And you have a choice of having a couple of stereo or a couple of mono from what it looks like. I added that output of that to my Pocket GT aux in. It's on that side of it. Aux input, that little guy that looks like a headphone jack above the headphone jack. And yeah, you know, with some stuff that I had kicking around and with the cheap Guitaria stuff that I had, I was able to make this board, and I can pick it up. It fits right on my music stand. It runs wirelessly to my looper, and which is synced to my circuit, so I could take this with me. Of course, now look at that. I've disconnected again. I don't know if you noticed, but a couple of times during my playing with this thing, I've disconnected so many times from this Pocket GT. I really have a problem with that. I love my Pocket GT. I wish it was a little more stable with an iPad. There's really an issue going on there, and it's really annoying. So anyway, that's for another video. Yeah. If you have problems with your Pocket GT, leave a comment below. Okay, I'm going to put together a list of grievances that I have with it, and I love it. I mean, I love that thing, but it's really got some issues that I really hope that they update. I hope they don't just do a one and done kind of a thing, throw this out there, because I enjoy having all of that right here, you know, and the ability to take that with me outside or something, on a road trip or camping trip, anywhere where I can at least get the USB battery ports charged up, or the battery portable USB things charged up, then I'm good to go, you know. Plus, having most of this stuff be able to run off of batteries, the only thing that really needs power is that Donner. Everything else can pretty much take a charge, so, you know, I've got options. I could run it line, or I can run it wirelessly. Really, it's a cool little option. So, and right now, it's nice to explore something like that. Paige is getting caught up in my headphone wires. Paige. Watch that. What are you going to do it again? I swear, between the coffee and the dog and the wires. Okay, so anyway, that's why I bought that Donner, and this is what I've done with it. It was like kind of the last step in all of these pieces kind of getting put together and doing the thing. So anyway, if you like this kind of content, go ahead and hit me with the subscribe or throw a like, either one, you know. Leave me a comment about the Boss Pocket GT if you happen to have one and your gripes with it. And thanks for being here at Double D Guitar. Really appreciate it. All my best.